Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, Winston.
Hope you're doing very well.
Very well, sir.
We thank God. I have Kuju here. Kuju, why are we playing this song? I'm just curious.
Oh, this is a song by Lord Kitchener titled Toko Band. Lord Kitchener was a legend in Trinidad and Tobago, 1922, born 1922. He died in the year 2000. He actually made a song for Ghana, the birth of Ghana, when Ghana gained independence. He collaborated with Ejako Onimo as well. So, Republic Bank having their roots here from Trinidad and Tobago and growing in leaps and bounds and spreading across the world and now being in Ghana. We just felt we should go back home and enjoy some of the good Toko Band music, steel pan, calypso.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Lord Kitchener. I think he has other songs that
he has very, very nice songs. Sugar Mama, Sugar Bomb, and some other very nice songs.
Then Doctor
We'll play them later.
Is it he's not going to play the needle song?
Yes, and Woman's Figure and some other nice songs.
Good.
He has another song, Take Your Meat Out Me Rice.
Good. So let's get into it now. Let's get into a conversation. And let me start by saying congratulations to you, Doc. You're posting some, wonderful profits, some exciting figures. I'm sure the team at Republic Bank should be very happy by now, isn't it?
They are.
Tell me how the feeling is knowing that, the last few years has been challenging, but of course you posted profit, last year, and you've bettered that profit this year. What's been working for you?
Yeah, thank you. I think if you have a fantastic team and then you are working with your team and they understand your vision, everything is possible. And that is exactly what is causing us to do a lot of things. We move our profit after tax about 45%.
Yeah.
For the first time, we crossed over 200 million profit, specifically 210.68 million. Yes. And it's because my team, they understand my vision and what we want to do. We set up a 5-year strategy which we call Republic Verse.
Okay.
And Republic Verse just simply means we are in our own universe. And therefore we need to identify the issues that are confronting our mother Ghana and how Republic Bank can help solve those problems. So we are in the universe with people and the people must be happy. And
go ahead, I'm listening.
And that is exactly what we are doing, and that is helping to drive the bottom line.
I know there are trade secrets, but I'm just curious. I'm interested in why you decided to create your universe, Republic Verse. Why did you decide to do that? What may have influenced that decision?
Yes, you need to have your own ideas. And that ideas, you must look at the environment and what are confronting the environment. And that will help you to determine what specifically will meet those objectives in the universe. And when I look at Ghana, I think that the financial sector, we are too much profit driven and leaving the core things that we needed to do.
Okay.
And therefore, we decided that, look, let's develop Republic Universe. And that verse, we are looking at the informal sector, from the informal sector to the retail and commercial, the SME, the corporate. If you look at our financials, check the other competitors. This is just looking at government investment. But if you look at the needs of our portfolio, you realize that we are more into loans than investment. This is because our core mandate is to help the economy to grow. And Republic Bank, we believe that everywhere that we find ourselves, the community must benefit. So we call something we have power to make difference. So in the universe, we want to make that power reality for our beloved country and, for that matter, the people of Ghana.
Great. I'm happy hearing you talk about, the fact that a lot of banks are interested in making profit. And it's something we have been saying here that, banks are just buying government bonds, government securities. One of the reasons they were mostly hit by the DDEP without helping? You've talked about the core business. I mean, what are some of these core things that you believe banks should be doing, which a Republic Bank does, and leading you to be making this huge profit?
Yeah, so as I said, if you look at the economy of Ghana, we have the informal sector, which is huge. But most of the competitors are not operating in that segment, the micro sector. But we have what a subsidiary called Republic Boafo, which is Republic Helper. Boafo Helper. I don't understand the word, but I know it's helper.
You got it. You got
So
it.
we want to help the market women. We want to help people who have businesses on the tabletop. What we do, we nurture them. When they understand banking, then we move them to the core banking. And then the small, medium, and enterprises take it from there, which we have the retail and commercial will take over. And then from that point, we move them, when your business becomes very big, we move you to the corporate. And the corporate, we are in all the sectors, whether you are in mining, whether you are in hospitality, everywhere. That is what is helping us. So if you do that, because you nurture the people from the informal sector, they will be with you forever. That is what is happening.
Okay, I like that. I like that. If you nurture them,
Yes.
they'll be with you forever.
They will be with you forever. So I believe some of you here, you started with us and you are still with us.
Yeah.
And you would like to go.
And you see, you make a great point. The fact that the people within the informal sector, you get in there,
Yeah.
formalize them, help them grow,
Yeah.
and because you've helped them grow,
They won't leave you.
they won't leave you.
Yes. I have a lot of big businesses in this country from kiosks. And now they are big, and they are in millions. They are operating in millions.
I'm just looking at your
Financial
statement, and I see that loans and advances to customers amounted to 3 billion.
Yes.
3
That is
billion.
for last year.
Yeah, last year.
Yes.
3 billion.
Yeah.
54 million. 49,000.
Yes.
That's a lot.
Yes.
That's a lot. That's huge. And your investment in securities was actually just 1.5 billion.
Yes.
So you give out more loans.
More loans. That is our core business. You need to oil the economy. The economy will only drive when the banks are doing what is expected of them.
So let's talk more about the Republic Verse. I mean, you said you started that 5 years ago. Where are you now?
No, we are in the second year.
You're in the second year.
So the Republic Verse, actually, these 5 years, I want to triple the profit.
Oh, okay.
You know, talking about tripling profit, I'm looking at the numbers, and you've almost quadrupled your profits from 2020 to 2024.
146.
You've almost doubled your total equity from 600 million to
1
about $1 billion.
billion.
And so you are doubling and quadrupling things. That was before you had the Republic Verse. So with the Republic Verse, what new things are you going to do? What strategic areas are you going to play in to help you grow even further and carry the rest of the economy along?
Okay, so we have 6 pillars that we are dealing with. And these 6 pillars, I took my time with my executive managers to understand, because you must bring them along. So we had our strategy session where we took our strategies, and which was approved by the board. So these 6 pillars, we are looking at the micro, small, medium enterprise.
Okay.
So that is a pillar on its own. And within these pillars, we have this initiative for the SMEs. We have this initiative for corporates and mortgage. If you just realize, I dropped the mortgage rate. The Republic Bank is giving the lowest rate in the country now, and we'll push them further.
What's your current rate?
It's about 18%, and we'll see the competition and drive them, so that all of them will go. Everybody will go into the space. So mortgage is one of the things that we want to do because of the deficit we have in the country. We want every Ghanaian at least to have a roof over their head. And then the corporate is also, we cannot do this without the digital transformation. So we have digital transformation. And then wealth management. Wealth management, I believe that a lot of Ghanaians, they have money, but how to manage their resources is key. So our investment wing is taking care of that. And then also the pension industry. We are the only bank that has the three. We have the custody, we have the trust, and then the fund management. And so these are the things that we want to do so that Ghanaians will benefit from what we call financial institution. Not just the taking deposit, invest in it, but we need to help our people to know how to save money for their retirement, and then how to manage their resources in event of contingencies. They will be able to handle themselves. So we want to make, we call it power to make difference.
Power to make a difference. Nice. Power to make a difference. So let's stay on MSMEs. As Winston captured from your annual report, about 3 billion went out in loans to businesses. What quantum of this went to MSMEs? What's your plan in increasing your lending and business support to MSMEs?
Yeah, so that is, as I said, is a pillar, and therefore the focus is to increase that. The target, I said, we want to achieve a triple our profit. You can only do that when you triple your portfolio. So the focus is to grow that aspect of the business. And then also the mortgage. We want to grow the mortgage, the corporate. So if you look at the financial, you realize that corporate grew very well. If you look at last year, the growth of corporate was very huge, followed by personal loan and then the SME. And then you see the mortgage coming, I think the third. So the issue is that we want to grow all these lines of businesses that we have. That's why there are initiatives, what we can do to make sure that we even achieve the target before time.
Okay, we're joined this morning by Dr. Benjamin Jobuku, who is MD of Republic Bank, and he's been telling us about, how they've been able to achieve the huge profit of 210.68 million Ghana cedis. And Kojo and I were joking earlier that if you
give us the point,
the 0.68 to us. But you talked about the pillars. You've talked about mortgage, and I think it's one thing people are interested in. I mean, your background actually more into mortgage when you started. And it's something people are interested in because a lot of the middle class that are expected to go for these mortgages would complain that they can't even afford it. Since that's a major pillar of your strategy, what is it that is being done around it to make sure that it's affordable for the young ones who are starting work, so they can rest being assured that they don't have to use their retirement benefits to go and build a house?
Yeah, so that's why we have the asset management. Is there for you to be saving towards that. We call something the home safe. We have a real estate investment fund, which you can put your money there towards getting your home. As I said also, if you look at us, we are dropping the rate.
Let me just get the explanation,
yes.
Okay, because the people who may be interested in these. So you can save in there. So more like you're saving for home acquisition.
Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
And then there is another thing which is a business secret. I don't want to put it out there.
Okay, don't put it out. Yes.
We call it tips. Tips. So when we visit our mortgage department, which we call the mortgage hub, they will tell you, with that, even though you are paying your loan, you'll be having some money being saved in a sinking fund for you.
Now I'm interested in this. Dr. Jobuku, I'm interested in this. But also because it's a trade secret, I don't know how to go about it. So let me just leave it at that. And leave you to share what you want to share with us. But I'm interested in it. I'm sure There are others who will be interested also.
Yeah.
But I don't want to. But give us the information you can give about that. The ones that you don't want to share, don't share. So I won't ask a question. You tell me what you can share.
So even though you are making the repayment towards your loan, aspect of that loan is being put into a sinking fund, which within 2, 3, 4 years you can use to press down your loan. Oh. So you can take loan from us. If you listen to the advice, within 5 years, I can guarantee you will finish paying.
You finish paying?
You finish paying.
If you listen to advice?
If you listen to the advice.
So you just don't give loans and then you go
No.
You're actually monitoring to make sure that
the customers are happy. Yes.
Oh.
It's a business secret. I won't put it out there for them.
No. I can understand. I'm not going to go into.
So they should visit the mortgage hub, and then my mortgage team, fantastic team, they will advise you what to do.
Doc, let me share a personal story with you, since we are talking about your history and what you've done.
Yes,
when I set out to build my house, I invested with Republic Bank for some years. I remember the name of my relationship manager, Sewa.
Okay.
So I called Sewa. Charlie, Sewa, I have some 2,000. Sewa, bring it. Sewa, 5,000, bring it. So when I was ready, I said, Sewa, let me know how much I've made. And it was wild money. We took that money, bought all our materials, and we didn't have any financial stress. Within a couple of years, we were done. Yeah. So your bank took me on a journey of investments, and you managed to get here. I had some other investments somewhere, but I think the chunk came from Republic. And for me, that was a great thing. Yeah. And so we thank you for what you are doing in the mortgage space. But I still want us to look at the general business. The past few years have been difficult. One of the things that we see a lot are also non-performing loans. Where do we stand on that? I look at your annual report and I see construction and manufacturing leading when it comes to non-performing loans. I saw some 11 million in the agri space. Why do we continuously see this?
Yes, some of these facilities, if you look at them, they were legacy. But I believe in one thing, that with focus and mindset change, there is nothing you can not do. Therefore, if you look at our non-performing loan, it dropped by 52%. And because I have some team that they are making sure that the business, even though you are creating the loan, we need to be mindful that these are resources from deposited and the shareholders, and therefore we must guard against non-performing loan. So we are pushing. Yes, the economy is difficult. Sometimes people deliberately take loan and then they don't want to pay. But fortunately, the current governor is on the back of the banks to make sure that our customers, when they take the loan too, they will pay. And I believe with the regulator also supporting, and then our people will be willing to do the right thing. We believe that this non-performing loan, as a target for the governor, 10%, will be able to achieve that. But Republic Bank, we are pushing to make sure that our high non-performing loan ratio will come down. The space is terrible because if you look at the cost of fund, TBL before was about 30%, now dropped to 15%. And if the cost of funds are very high, if you take the loan, it will be difficult for you to pay. And that's why we want to make life so easy for Ghanaians. Drop the interest rate and they will be able to pay, because you take the money to do business, and that business must be able to generate a lot of income for you to pay. And I believe that we are almost there.
On interest rates, I've been looking at the West African market, and recently you announced your entry into is it Sierra Leone or Liberia to help manage one of the banks in there. Which country is that?
Yeah, so currently we are helping Liberia Bank for Investment, for Development and Investment, and then Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, providing them with a technical expertise.
Yes, and I'm looking at some of the numbers, and your entry alone is causing some changes in the space, interest rates dropping and all that. The general conversation about interest rates, really, how do we approach it as a country?
Yeah, so when in Sierra Leone, when I went there, the interest rate was 41%. I met the Minister of Finance and the Vice President, and they listened. So last week when we signed the agreement, they told me, Ben, the interest rate has dropped to 21%. Yes. You see, the issue is that if you don't make conscious effort, the economy will drive you crazy. You have to make a conscious effort on the part of the government that, look, we need to drop this rate. Physical discipline is key. If you discipline, you don't need to spend so much. If you are not spending so much, you don't need to go and borrow. If you are not borrowing, and the people, they have the excess money, you push them down, and then the rate will drop.
So your presence has given the industry enough confidence and the government enough strength and drive, and it's resulted in a drop of interest rates from 41 to 20 something.
You know, the Sierra Leone Commercial Bank is the largest bank in the country.
Okay.
And the other bank that they have, they were from the sub-region. And they are also like what is happening in this country, where they just put the money in government bills. So they are happy when the interest rate is going up. And therefore, the central bank and then the central Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, they must make a conscious effort that, look, we are not here for that. Drop the rate.
Okay. So do I get the impression that, what's currently happening now that the treasury bill rate's not very high, 15, would actually get banks to get into banking and look out for these customers, give them loans by offering them competitive rates, drop the rates?
Yes. So if you are making fortune in the government treasury bills, now before you were getting about 30%, they drop the rate, let's say about 10%. What will you do? You have to create a loan, and that will help to drive the economy. So when the rate is high, the banks, they are comfortable. They take the deposit and just put it in government treasury bills, and they relax. But if the rate is low, you'll be forced to give loan, and that is your core mandate as a financial institution.
And so finally, before we wrap it all up, because I know you have to go for a meeting also. So a country like Ghana, based on everything that we're doing, what interest rate do you think would help drive the economy?
I strongly believe there are three things actually. Interest rates, exchange rates, and then if you discipline, inflation. If we can look at these three things, we are good to go as a country.
Currently, we have interest rates of more than 20%.
Yes, so interest rates are about 15%. So that is now pushing the banks moving. You realize that they are now looking for customers. Those that are into government treasury bills. You'll be forced to look for customers. So there will be competition for rates. I give 18, somebody will come and say, I will give you 15. And that is going to happen. And the government must make conscious effort to drive the banks to do the needful.
Wow. Dr. Benjamin Joboku, anything you want to say finally as we look into the future for Republic Bank?
Yes, I just want the listeners to...
Yes, go ahead.
The listeners to... come to Republic Bank. We are the only bank with 4 credit cards. Before, a credit card was just for the prestige, the rich in society. But we brought it, even salary workers, you have a credit card for 45 days without interest. So come to Republic Bank.
Kujo is happy.
Anna boy is not a shit.
Yes, go ahead, Doc.
Yes, so if you want to take mortgage, whereby you also have a sinking fund to pay your loan, come to Republic Bank. If you are operating in the market, look for Republic Bank. We are the right partner to make sure that your business drive and grow. As your business is growing, Republic Bank is also growing. So let's grow together and let's grow Mother Ghana.
Great, let's grow together and grow Mother Ghana. But, Doc, you cannot leave without telling us your Joy story, your Joy FM story. You know, we are 30 years, and so you need to share your Joy FM story with us.
Yeah, true. I think we started with Joy FM way back, way back, where we started as a mortgage. You have been hosting us during this mortgage campaign. And it has been a great partnership. And this year we are looking for that. I believe we move to Ho if we can have something in Ho mortgage campaign where Joy FM will be with us. I will be very happy.
Let's take the Habitat Fair to Ho then.
Yeah.
Yes, Joy Business will partner you to do that. You don't have a problem.
Okay. So we thank you so much for the relationship and the partnership. I believe we can grow and grow better.
It's been great having you, Doc, and we want to talk to you same time next year to discuss the progress made this year. I know you now have 38 branches. I know next year, by the time you come, even though you are integrating a lot of technology, you'll still tell us that you've increased your branches to 100 and doubled your staff and tripled your profits.
I'm adding one next month.
There you go. There you go. So Dr. Benjamin Juboku, MD Republic Bank, has been our guest here on the Super Morning Show.